Landfill indie is the term used to describe the influx of bands attempting to follow in the footsteps of the Strokes, the Libertines, and Block Party. I'd have loved it if one of the bands from that era had been called the Hair Straighteners. You could just smell the sizzling in that picture, can't you? Everywhere you looked around this time, there was a The Band, The Rakes, The Departure, The Others, the fucking Bombay Bicycle Clubs. I won't have Mystery Jets lumped into this lot though. They're awesome, and they're the best live band I've ever seen. The Kooks, who can be remembered for their hit Naive, which was allegedly written about singer Katie Malua, and also remembered by me for this really awkward interview where Simon Amstel asks them if they went to stage school, and they both look like they want to crawl under the table and escape. In the subsequent years, the Kooks have alternated between wearing the lowest cut t-shirts ever to announcing an arena tour for 2025, so highs and lows. The Others were a band that looked very exciting. They played gigs on trains. I wasn't there, but I bet that sounded absolutely ass. It didn't matter though, because it all felt part of a movement. The trouble is, when you actually listen to the Others, it all seemed to fall apart. Elsewhere we had Young Knives, who looked like a band fronted by Mark Corrigan from Peep Show, who is still my pick for Doctor Who. Imagine the internal monologue when he's crashing the TARDIS. For fuck's sake, Jeremy, why are the TARDIS controls covered in lubricant? There's a moderate backlash against the term indie landfill, stating that it's snobbery. It's not. The term's in reference to record labels recognising a trend and then scrambling to find other bands in that trend. It's also said that bands weren't given time to develop around this time. Well, when you get swept up as part of a scene, the record label wants to squeeze as much money out of you as they can. Few bands managed to survive this landfill era and have found their sound since. The downside of this are bands like the Kaiser Chiefs, who got really big, then tried to come up with just big choruses and then write songs around these choruses to keep themselves afloat, and everyone just got really bored of them. Record labels will say they're interested in bands' careers, but if the bands aren't producing the hits, then they don't really care about your career. So I've made an indie landfill playlist on my Spotify that you can add to if you want. I would say that bands like the Strokes can't be added to this because they're way too successful, so pick songs that are really good, but they have to be by bands who never quite reached that level of substantial success that bands like Editors and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs did. I'll link it on my Instagram stories and also put it in the highlights so that it's always accessible.